This is Channel 8 News at 5.
Coming up tonight, record-breaking gas prices changing the lives of everyday Americans. Plus,
some of the fields are going to be gone, ruined, and some of them are going to be set back hard.
Farmers reacting to last night's storm, and we show you some of the damage.
But first tonight, a day full of emotions on Capitol Hill. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. Heart-wrenching testimony from survivors and family members of victims of mass shooting.
They're calling on Congress to take action to prevent similar massacres from happening in the future. And a quick warning, some of these testimonies are disturbing and graphic. ABC's Eyewitness has the latest from Washington.
Today, in a congressional hearing on gun violence, words of despair from those whose lives were forever changed by the deadly mass shootings in Uvalde and Buffalo.
Today, I come because I could have lost my baby girl.
Miguel Cirillo, the father of Mia Cirillo, the 11-year-old fourth grader who survived the attack at Robb Elementary that killed 19 of her schoolmates and 2 beloved teachers. Mia only survived by covering herself in her classmates' blood and playing dead.
I thought he was going to come back to the room, so I grabbed the blood and put it all over me.
Meanwhile, Republican witness Lucretia Hughes of the D.C. project Women for Gun Rights testifying that more laws will not make a difference in reducing gun violence.
20 more laws, 1,000 more, won't make what has already illegal more wrong or stop criminals from committing these crimes.
Also testifying, Dr. Roy Guerrero, Uvalde, Texas's only pediatrician, describing a horrific scene at the hospital he could have never imagined.
But what I did find was something no prayer will ever relieve. 2 children whose bodies had been pulverized by bullets fired at them, decapitated, whose flesh had been ripped apart.
Today, House Democrats bringing the Protect Our Kids Act to the floor for a vote. The gun control package, assembled after the recent mass shootings, includes several actions President Biden favors, but is expected to fail in the Senate. A group of bipartisan senators is closing in on a framework, but it will likely be far more limited than the gun control reforms polling shows Americans want. The Department of Justice has announced a team of experts will lead an independent investigation into the law enforcement's response to the mass shooting in Uvalde, Texas. Attorney General Merrick Garland has stressed that this is not a criminal investigation. Eyewitness, ABC News, Capitol Hill.
And of course, World News Tonight with David Muir. We'll have the latest on this right after our newscast. Back here at home now, just as farmers wrap up this year's planting season, some took a hit from Mother Nature last night.
Channel 8's Ariana Martinez spoke with area farmers about how much damage they're seeing and what that means for them. Ariana?
Yeah, I spent the time with a farmer out in Waverly today where some crops were hit harder than others. He talked about it really being a gamble, and it truly depends on how much growth each crop had before lots of rain, wind, and hail.
There's a good chance that the taller corn that got shredded up will be hurt real bad.
Tom Peterson grows both corn and soybeans near Waverly.
Some of the fields are going to be gone, ruined, and some of them are going to be set back hard.
Peterson said he spoke with a few neighbors in the area, and some were hit a little harder than others.
Some guys are going to go in and try to replant right away. Some guys are going to take a wait and see, and some guys are probably just going to say, no, I'm going to have to rely on some insurance to get me through this year on this.
Peterson is going to wait and see on some of his crops, but waiting is also a gamble.
7 to 10 days is going to put you to the end of June. All of a sudden you're getting kind of the end of your window to try to plant anything corn-wise.
Another struggle for farmers is finding the seed to replant crops.
Finding replant seed is difficult a lot of times this time of year. It's been used in, already for some guys had already replanted some soybeans because we had a little late frost or late almost freeze.
This season has not been easy for farmers. With the drought, some wildfires, and now extreme weather, some in our area will have to rely on their insurance to make it through the season.
It doesn't give you your top end goal, but they take a portion of what you normally raise over an average of years, and then they'll help make up some of that difference. So it's not a way to make a living, but it's to help you survive.
Even though we got a nice rain last night, farmers are hoping for a few more to get through the summer.
Down deep underneath the ground where the roots go, it's a little bit too dry. And it doesn't have a deep soil moisture to be able to feed that crop over the summer by itself. So we're going to have to continue to get good rains throughout the summer.
And Peterson told me today, if farming was easy, everybody would do it. So I just wanted to take this time to thank our Nebraska farmers.
Absolutely. Ariana Martinez, thank you very much for that story tonight. And let's take a look now at some pictures sent in overnight from those severe storms across Nebraska.
Dozens of hail reports were made throughout the state last night. This one coming from the Pool area in Buffalo County. Very impressive sized hail there, about the size of a tennis ball. This next video is from Hastings.
Yeah, the hail in that video, not huge, but as you can see, big enough to shatter a window and scare the heck out of somebody.
And here in Lincoln, the winds last night brought down this tree near 58th and Vine. It took out some power lines and blocked about 3 out of the 4 lanes there on Vine. You can take a look at more storm photos on our website at klkntv.com. All right, meteorologist Malcolm Byron, he did a great job last night keeping everybody updated. Today, a much different story.
Oh yeah, very fantastic day weather-wise outside. First, I do want to take a look at some of the notable storm reports from last night. And you'll see across southeast Nebraska, we are just littered with storm reports. Now, in and around the Lancaster County area, the highest hail reports I've seen are baseball-size hail in Eagle, just off towards the east of Lincoln, and in Davie, tennis ball-size hail up there. Now, head out west to the Tri-Cities. Yeah, we had some very large hail out there. There's a 3-inch diameter hail report in Hazard and Sherman County. And then in extreme northeast Buffalo County, there were so many hail reports clustered in and around Ravenna. I couldn't query it here, but we had a grapefruit-sized hail report out there, so some impressive hail last night. But none of that today. We have some fair weather cumulus clouds looking live over our Allo Communications camera. We are dry for everybody for the most part in the state of Nebraska. 80 degrees, the current air temperature at Lincoln Airport, 78 in Beatrice. So we have a mix of 70s and lower 80s depending on where you are. And by the way, the humidity is also gone, so it doesn't feel all too humid outside. So make sure to get outside this evening and enjoy the nice weather. So our forecast for the rest of this evening, a few fair weather cumulus clouds for the next several hours, and then we'll lose the daytime heating effects and clouds will just go they're gone. 75 degrees by 8 o'clock, 66 by 10. However, clouds do return for tomorrow, and there is another storm chance for the day on Thursday. We'll let you know about that coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Malcolm. Gas prices, they are at record highs across the state.
So what has been causing these spikes, and when could we see prices come down to what they were at least a year ago? Channel 8's Yosef Nasser has those details and more. Yosef?
Good evening, Rod and Megan. Get this. This time last year, gas was less than $3. Now it's at $4.60. As for what's caused the increases, there were a few things at play. I spoke with Mark Whitehead. He's the CEO of Whitehead Oil. He tells me inflation has played a massive role, as have existing supply issues that have been exacerbated by the war in Russia. So when could things get back to prices that we're used to? Whitehead says he's concerned that things could get worse before they get better.
One of the scariest things about this is there has not been any major trauma in the market other than, of course, the war and the long-term vision on this. But if we get hit with a hurricane or a significant pipeline disaster, I shudder to think of what's going to happen to fuel prices after that.
Whitehead adds that President Biden's strategic oil reserve releases have not made the impact on prices that had been hoped for. Coming up at 6, we'll talk to folks across the city about how their spending habits have been impacted by the gas price increases. Rod, Megan?
Yosef, thank you very much for that story. Looking forward to the rest of it at 6 o'clock. And speaking of gas prices, the national average is closing in on $5 a gallon.
ABC's Morgan Norwood has more with what this could mean for your wallets and the overall economy.
From the East Coast,
I've been trying to just walk more places that I can,
to the West.
This is horrendous.
Americans all over the country are feeling the strain from the skyrocketing gas prices.
We now have 14 different states where the average has already surpassed that $5 a gallon mark and seeing some tremendous increases.
The spike due in part to soaring demand overseas, supply concerns, and the war in Ukraine. And with hurricane season underway, prices could surge even higher. President Biden says in the short term there's little that he can do to lower gas prices. So in the meantime, many are looking to lawmakers to help. In fact, states like New York and Connecticut have waived their gas tax temporarily, while states like California have talked about sending out gas rebates, but those talks still stalled.
I just want to make my living and not feel like I'm getting, stripped in a way in order to do that.
And relief may not come as quickly. In fact, as oil and gas become more expensive, some economists say the risk of a recession, job losses, business bankruptcies, a slowdown goes up. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen calling the inflation we're seeing unacceptable, urging Congress to provide more affordable housing and bring down prescription drug prices.
In designing a policy, there are various risks that need to be taken into account. Of course, inflation was one of them, but the overwhelming risk was that Americans would be scarred by a deep and long recession.
And with America approaching a national average price of $5 per gallon, analysts say that will likely prompt more American families to take a closer look at their spending habits. I'm Morgan Norwood, ABC News, Los Angeles.
And coming up next, honoring our pets of the past. We're going to take a look at what a local humane society is doing.
That and your full forecast right after the break. Today is World Pet Memorial Day.
And each year, every second Tuesday of June, memorializes beloved pets that have passed away. Channel 8's Danielle Kaiser has the story.
World Pet Memorial Day is one day of the year to kind of sit there and reflect back upon the pets of the past.
The Beatrice Humane Society says they know just how impactful pets are in the lives of their families.
They give us all of their love in their shortened lifespans, and then they leave us. And so it's a day for us to be able to remember them and love them.
The Furry Friends Memorial Day funds go toward a great cause, saving the life of another forever friend.
It's going to be used primarily for shelter operations. To take care of these animals is a huge expense. So for just one puppy, to get them their first round of vaccines, to get them all of the things that they need to make it to the adoption floor, it usually costs us about $150 to $200.
The program is also a great way to pay tribute to past fur family members.
We are allowing people to, or asking people to donate in memory of their pets in the past. And this has allowed us to be able to provide food, provide care for the animals that come into our shelter without families, and be able to give them the time that they need to find those families, so that 10, 15, maybe 20 years from now, these animals can be those furry friends that we're remembering.
Reporting in Beatrice, Danielle Kaiser, Channel 8 News.
The Beatrice Humane Society is also seeing a lot of kittens right now, and they're all looking for their forever home.
Even though Beatrice Humane Society says they can't keep up with the rising intakes. BHS has 60 kittens currently being fostered, but over 70 still in need of homes.
We are almost at our shelter maximum for the year. Usually over the course of the summer, we usually have between 100 and 150 cats, and I think right now we're sitting at about 120.
Kittens will remain in foster care until a home is found or until they're old enough to return to the shelter. The Humane Society also provides all supplies necessary to adopt when signing up online. For more information, visit our website, klkntv.com. A first-of-its-kind mini golf course is opening today in Lincoln.
The Backwoods at Adventure Golf Center is a mini golf course designed to look and feel like a traditional golf course. And co-owner Dylan Bolke says it'll play like an actual golf course. There are natural obstacles as well as artificial grass meant to simulate the rough. And there are also sand traps. He says it's much more challenging than the two courses they already have.
This is 30 strokes longer on average, so it's going to take half hour longer, and it's going to play more like an actual golf course. So there's part 3, 4s, and 5s. It's just it's going to be a lot tougher, a lot longer, and kind of emulate an actual golf course while still using your putter.
The new course is scheduled to open tonight at 6 o'clock. The cost for a round is $12 during the week and $14 on weekends.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with meteorologist Malcolm Byron.
Mother Nature's a little bit happier today. No storms to concern ourselves with. Just a nice look. Where'd they go? Oh, it looks like I'm missing. So I believe we can still hear my audio, but no, welcome back, everybody. Fair weather cumulus clouds looking off to the north over our groundworks camera, looking towards the Capitol. Again, no storms to concern ourselves with. Temperatures right now in the upper 70s to low 80s near Lincoln, 80 degrees at Lincoln Airport, 78 in Beatrice, 78 in Wahoo, 76 in Nebraska City, slightly cooler off towards the west, but middle to upper 70s out farther west towards the Tri-Cities. No humidity as well. It's a gem of a day. Get outside this evening if you can. Satellite imagery shows these fair weather cumulus clouds overhead right now, and off to the north we also see some fair weather cumulus clouds, but you'll notice they're just a little bit bigger in horizontal scale. You see a couple showers trying to drift into far northeastern Nebraska. A few of those locations maybe in and around the Sioux City area, maybe just to the north of Norfolk as well. You might see one of these, but that's just about it. Only in far northeast Nebraska you may have to dodge an isolated shower this evening. We've got an area of high pressure off towards the west, and that is keeping things dry for the most part. We'll have that influence for the overnight hours as well, and that's going to keep skies mostly clear. So 6 o'clock stormcast. You see mostly clear skies across much of the state of Nebraska, but there will be some clouds moving from west to east starting this evening. So for those folks out towards Broken Bow, maybe out towards McCook, North Platte, you'll have to contend with some of these high clouds by this evening. Now we're still mostly clear in the capital city late tonight. Going into the overnight hours, he's trying to move from west to east. I still think we'll have plenty of clear periods in the overnight hours, but by tomorrow morning, then we'll have to contend with more of these high clouds. Now, late tomorrow morning, getting closer towards lunchtime, we may see a couple of showers try to fire out in western Nebraska. These are going to try to slide east, but they're going to have a hard time reaching eastern Nebraska. I don't think we can rule out one of these stray showers, but these will be very hit or miss. Many will stay dry and not see any of this activity. Clouds remain on the increase for tomorrow. We're forecasting mostly cloudy skies for much of the day on Thursday. At points, we may see some sunshine. We've seen that a lot in recent days where we've averaged mostly cloudy skies. At some point in the day, we see a little bit of sunshine. And then going into the evening hours, we're going to be watching some storm development in the central and western parts of the state. These could be on the strong to severe side. I think the main concerns here would be large hail and damaging straight line winds. Not quite like what we saw in recent days, but the potential is there, maybe even a brief spin up. Now, the main severe weather potential is out in this area, out towards the Tri-Cities, points to the north, and even towards the south of the Tri-Cities. A lot lower in Lincoln, although Lincoln could see some of these storms. I think this is probably going to be more of a late evening and overnight event for Lincoln, but I'd say any time past 7 o'clock, that's fair game, but we can't rule it out. But it's more than likely going to be a later evening event for Lincoln. These will push off towards the south. May see a stray shower early Friday, but will dry out for the second half of the day on Friday. So you see Lincoln is not included in a severe weather potential tomorrow. I don't think Lincoln's going to see severe weather tomorrow as things look now. That is mainly off towards the west, and I don't think it's going to be anything like we saw last night. Probably won't be as severe and probably won't be as widespread as what we saw last night. So for tonight, 56 degrees, mostly clear, some high clouds arriving. For the day on Thursday, 82 degrees, more clouds, and then the potential is there for some late evening storms. Looking ahead to the weekend, 84 degrees on Saturday. There's a chance for an isolated thunderstorm. This is kind of your typical summertime pop-up thunderstorm. That's just about it. And then we're getting warmer on Sunday, 88 degrees the high there, so summer is surely going to make a return by the end of the weekend. On Monday, we have 95 degrees, a mix of sun and clouds, maybe a brief cool down on Tuesday as an upper level wave tries to move on by, but we've got more 90s for the latter half of our 10-day outlook and plenty of humid days as well, so it's certainly going to feel like summer. Guys, it'll be humid as early as this weekend, so yeah, picture that, 88 degrees with dew points in the upper 60s to near 70, maybe even middle 70s in some locations. Yeah, that's going to be some pretty sticky air.
Absolutely. Ugh. All right. Thank you, Malcolm. A negative day on Wall Street today. The Dow falling 269 points. NASDAQ also down about 89. Here are your numbers. You're watching Channel 8, Nebraska's trusted news source. From throwing up passes to serving up beef, Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes is now the proud owner of the city's 5th Whataburger location, and it opened yesterday.
It's the first one directly associated with Mahomes and ownership group KMO Burger. As with other Whataburger openings, this one was expected to be big enough to cause traffic disruption. So police, of course, instituted traffic flow changes to last through the weekend, and an extended drive-through line was coned off into the streets for the debut. Now I'm hungry.
Patrick Mahomes and Whataburger? I'm gonna have to take me and my homies up to that Whataburger.
You're gonna have to do a little travel.
It's just a short drive
and
away.
if they don't come with me, we might have some beef.
Oh.
All right, folks, let's get a final check of your weather here. Let's get enough of these dad jokes here. Some fair weather cumulus clouds sticking around while we still got the heat of the day. So partly cloudy skies for the time being. 77 degrees by 6 o'clock, but then once we lose the daytime heating effects, the skies are going to clear. Clear skies by 8 o'clock, 75 degrees, 66 degrees by 10 o'clock, clear skies. But those clear skies aren't going to stick around for long. We've got more clouds on the way for tomorrow, and they're going to arrive as early as tomorrow morning.
All right, thank you, Malcolm, and thank you for joining us.
World News Tonight is up next, and then we'll see you right back here at 6 o'clock.
With the Channel 8 Eyewitness News mobile app, you'll be the first to know. Get alerts about breaking news and weather, all in the palm of your hand.
It's your day. Find happy. Make it a Capelli Day during Capelli Days at Amigos.
Closed captioning on Channel 8 Eyewitness News.